Hey everyone, I am Brittany. Today I am doing my very first witching hour, and basically what I'll be doing is putting some artwork into my new little grimoire book. It came with this lined paper, so I'm gonna just leave that and take it out and use it for petition paper. But so the full moon is almost upon us. I hope you guys have some fun, interesting things planned. I know I don't. So, so this is why I'm here with you tonight doing some grimoire stuff. So these are actually a mixture of spell art. It has some deity stuff and correspondences, and this all came from my Witch's Moon box. So I've obviously been collecting a lot, as you can see. Hi, Ari. How are you doing? Welcome to my very first non-tarot live. We're just talking about the full moon because it is almost here, and our plans and stuff like that. So I know that usually I like to do stuff around the full moon, but I don't think I will this time. I think I'll just maybe set stuff out to charge. Thank you. I did not make these. I don't want to claim that at all. They came from my Witch's Moon box. Oh, I am very good. My September was miserable, and my October has been basically just looking up from there. So yeah, I really can't complain at all. I don't know if you've been to my other lives, but my washer exploded, had a rough Mercury retrograde, so yeah, it's been way better. Hey Lauren, welcome to my live. I know you've never joined before, so thanks for joining tonight. We're just going to be talking witchcraft and all of that. So if there are some witchy things you guys want to talk about, feel free. Otherwise, I am going to just get started with some of my grimoire stuff. Ooh, I think I will actually turn these on. And let's see, why don't I go ahead and light this bad boy. This candle came in a Goddess Provisions box, and it's almost used up. So sad. There we go. Set the mood with a nice candle. Lauren, Ari, are you guys doing anything for the full moon? Any little rituals planned or cleansing or anything like that? Oh, thank you for subscribing. I can't believe you weren't subscribed already. Let's see if I can get this to sit flat for me. I'm going to try to show you some of the things. Ooh, why don't I, before I get started, I know I'm all over the place because I'm excited. Why don't I show you guys a brief sneak peek ahead of my unboxing video of the Honolulu tarot deck. So it came with these freebies, and these are temporary tattoos, and then these are postcards. They're really cool. They're actually really large too. I guess they're normal postcard size. I don't know. I've never sent a postcard. But the artwork is the let's see. There we go. The artwork is the kings of the deck. So this is the King of Swords. This is the King of Cups. This is the King of Pentacles. And this is the King of Wands. And if you are familiar with Lolita designers and know of Honolulu, then you know this is like quintessential Honolulu design. Yeah, I'm feeling kind of lazy too, Lauren, and I think I'll do the same thing. It's going to be a warm night tomorrow, so I might just do the same thing, just go out and just sit under the moon for a little bit and read maybe until it cools down too much. It's weird. It's going to be like almost 80 tomorrow. So this is the tarot deck, a cute little guidebook that matches the cards. And then here are the cards. Ooh, a release and opening ritual. I love that. What are you releasing? Anything you want to share? If not, it's okay. So here are the cards. They kind of have this like matte velveteen finish, and the sides are not, it's weird. They look like they're foiled or gilded, but they're actually just like colored. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, it's a cool deck. And there are some bonus cards in here. So if you're familiar with tarot, like that is a unique card to this deck. I feel like I should do a releasing ritual, but I never know what I want to release. I should plan these things out ahead of time. All right, let's get going with some Grimoire stuff while we're chatting. So I did this page, and you can see that it actually had, it came out of another notebook. So it has multiple holes in it, but this is the Siren of Spirits, and yeah, it's a little wonky, this one, so I might trim up the edges. Ooh, releasing toxic energy for an ex. I love that. Opening yourself up to your own potential and power. That seems like peak full moon energy. I love that for you. You'll have to tell me how it goes. You're probably going to feel amazing afterwards. I usually do like baths, so I don't know. I think this time I just want to, like Lauren said, sit under the full moon and just relax. So, I bought this, and you can see these pages that came out of it. It's obviously a little too big, but I think because of the way this is like a wrap style, it should be fine. We'll see what happens. You live and you learn, right? So as I mentioned, this one is the Siren of the Spirits. And if you guys want close-ups of anything, I can take some photos and post them on Instagram so you can see them. And let's add the next one. This is I Wish Upon. So it's like a wish style spell, or yeah, I guess these are like spell pages. And I got this cute little hole punch. I've never seen tiny hole punches like this, like in person. Oh, yeah. If you have company, it's hard to do a whole bath ritual and feel like comfortable and relaxed, you know? It defeats the purpose of the bath. Let's see how that looks. I think that's good. These little things get in the way, but it's good enough, right? Ari, you like baths too? You know what's funny? I noticed that in general, a lot of people don't like baths, but in the witchy world, people, you know, other witches just love baths, and it's one of the parts of witchcraft that I love. I think bath tomorrow will be really good for you, especially with the part about opening yourself up to your new potentials and stuff. What better place to meditate than in a bath? Lauren, I agree. Baths are so underrated, and it's weird to me that people feel like they don't get clean in a bath. So this is called the Watchful Winds, and I know you guys can't read these too much, but I figured you can enjoy the art with me. Baths are very underappreciated. So what I really loved as I've been diving more into hoodoo and not folk magic, but people tend to lump them together, is how how prevalent baths are, and they're not baths in the same way that, you know, you would in a tub, but you can do it that way. But just utilizing like bowls and having like your different herbs and oils and stuff like that. This is the Keeper of the Keys, and it's really cool because I just got a key in a witchy box. Oh, yes. Oh, this other one? Yeah, for sure. Let me do a close-up of that. Oh, and if you like the winds, you're going to like some pages that I have that... Sorry, the borders of the video cut some of it off in the bottom. But this is the Watchful Winds. And it's really cool. I love these for people here in the corner. I'm actually, I should show you. Let me show you the other ones, even though we haven't gotten to that yet. We're almost there. Actually, I'm going to build suspense. We'll get there in a second. So I've been obsessed with keys. I went to this really cool occult shop in Colorado that I've been following on Instagram for forever, called Ritual Craft. And they basically have this altar in the middle of the store that has just really cool eclectic things on it. And then on one side, it's a fireplace, like, you know, the dual-sided fireplaces. That's what it... No, that's what it was, yeah. And on one side, it was just all keys. And there was this one key that I still, like, dream about. I really wanted... I even went up to the shopkeeper and I was like, is this key for sale? Or any of the keys for sale? And I don't know why I have this obsession with keys. I think because I accidentally put this on my altar once and then it just kind of like messed me up. So this is the Sacred Soil. I really like this. I think this would be a cool little incantation or whatever to use come springtime or the spring equinox or whatever, because it talks about the earth and the soil and all of that, staying calm, and I think it would be a great way to do some grounding and centering work. Here is the Harvest Home, which is appropriate for today since this is the harvest moon. So I'm going to go ahead and show this off a little bit. Lauren, I'm so glad you're also obsessed with keys. If you're okay, I'm going to show you guys this key bag. So this is from the Tamed Wild. This is the key. And I've been and it's not just keys. I've been obsessed with keys and nails lately. I don't know why. I have no idea. But yeah, this is the key that I got. So I guess I'll just set this guy here. There's the space. I feel like that's a shameless plug for Tamed Wild. There. There we go. So I've been hanging on to this grimoire art for a while just because I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep it, what I'd do with it. And I think in doing this, it will help me sort of bond with the pages that I have and decide, you know. Thank you, Ari. Are you obsessed with keys like us, or are you normal? Yeah, it's really funny you say that, Lauren, because I have a key in my bone throwing set, and it is actually, it represents like new opportunities or new beginnings, stuff like that. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about memories. That's a good one. I should add more keys to my bone set to represent that stuff. So here, and Lauren, I think you will like this because we're getting into the winds. This is the west wind. And look at the art. It's really cool. This page is thinner than the others. That's why it came in that like little backing. There is something mystical about keys, and was it a fever dream that there was a Netflix series about, like, was it called The Hidden Key or something like that, where a kid had to collect the keys of his deceased father in order to open up places in his home or something. I loved that movie so much. It was kind of a feel-good movie too, but I just loved it because I was like, oh, I would love to go on a key adventure. And I think there was a section, or not a section, but like a plot. Yes, Lauren, the house sort of moved, or like rooms would appear and disappear or something like that. But it wasn't a scary show because I'm a chicken, so so I wouldn't see that. It's funny to see everybody's perspective of keys. Like yours was very like historical, and Ari's has such a like mystical thought behind it. Okay, art. Why are you being obstinate? There we go. This is really pretty. Look at this guy. The North Wind. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a fever dream, because I swear I've like mentioned it to people and they're like, what are you talking about? This kind of reminds me, if you guys are into Game of Thrones, it reminds me of Game of Thrones a lot. And I really like winter. It's one of my favorite seasons, so I just really love this this card. And so his name is Boreas. I will probably pronounce everything wrong, so I'll just apologize ahead of time. But then there's like the symbols of the north wind are blackbirds such as crows, magpies, ravens, the conch shell, the constellation of Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, horses, ice, purple winged creatures. What are purple winged creatures? Really? Do you visualize keys a lot? Like, that's how you, like, for example, lock away things that don't serve you, or unlock things like potential and stuff like that? That's such a good good idea. I suck at like traditional meditation. I prefer to like do active meditation. So in the rare cases that I cycle nowadays, I consider that meditation and stuff like that. Can you hear my cat in the background like wailing? This is the south wind. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to read these like fancy scripts. And this guy's name is Notice. I'm really drawn to, I think, the north and east winds are my favorite. And you're about to see the east wind coming up. So Lauren, if you like wind and stuff like that, I can get some close-up photos for you so you can see these. And then this one is so cool. Look at this guy. This is the east wind. Apollo is saying hi. Sure, just remind me because, you know, I will forget. I have the memory of a goldfish, so. Hi, Apollo. So this guy is the East Wind named Euros. And the weeb in me, this reminds me of like the nine-tailed fox from Naruto, mixed with some weird Egyptian sort of Egyptianness going on here. But I like this one because the symbols for the East Wind are new beginnings, so that's kind of like the theme of what we were talking about with the keys. Oh, your cat meowed back. I'll have to tell Apollo he's a YouTube star now. He's just whining for food. All right, so we went through the winds. Oh, and I think everybody is gonna love this one. This is the goddess of the rising sun, and basically calls upon Bastet. I hope I'm saying this right. This is how I pronounce everything. But this is cool. This actually came with an accompanying statue. Let me grab him so I can show you guys. So this came in my Witch's Moon box, and you can see this guy's really big. And he doesn't sit on my altar. He sits above my workstation. He sits out, but yeah, look at that. Isn't he cool? It's nice and heavy too. And the bottom is lined. I think this is how Apollo and Luna see themselves. Go ahead and set him off to the side. But I really like the artwork in this. It's really cool, and any time that I can enjoy the likeness of black cats, I enjoy it. So we're getting into like the elements and crystals now. So this one here, I feel like all cats think they're like gods or rulers or something of the sort. They just think they're the boss of everything. Aw, Tapella would have been a temple cat. I don't think Nudes would have been. I don't think she has what it takes. This is gold. And it's cool because it talks about the elements here. Celestial influence, the sun. Gosh, what does that say? Oh, coloration, which is funny because it's gold. Etymology. So here's etymology. Oh, and chakras is all of them. That's interesting. Compatible metals and crystals, magical beings, stuff like that, and then magical properties all down here. Yeah, for sure. My childhood cat, he would boss my mom around. And he would like snap at her, like meow, like being very snippy when he would meow at her. And it's so funny because he would never act like that in front of me. So I just thought my mom was lying about him basically yelling at her all the time. And and then I heard him over the phone like yelling at my mom. And I'm like, oh my God, my sweet baby. This is silver. So we just did gold and now we're getting into silver. Let me flip this back up so you can see both. So here's gold, here's silver. And let me scoot that up some. let's see here. We have the element of water. Celestial influence is the moon. That explains why I really like silver jewelry a lot more. Yay. Okay, I'll bring it up closer so you can see then. So it goes into other names, etymology, coloration, the different chakras, and then down here, compatible metals, magical beings, and magical properties. I love silver. Silver is one of my 3 favorite colors. So purple and black are my other 2. Purple being my all-time favorite. All right, now we're getting into crystals. All right, this is another page that came out of another book. So you can see it's already like, it has the different holes punched. I'm just going to punch over them. They'll be fine. This is green calcite. I actually have a piece of green calcite. Let me see if I can find all of the ones that I have coming up. Okay, so my green calcite came obviously in a Witch's Moon box. That's why I got this page here. And it actually stayed in my money bowl for a long time until I got some more appropriate crystals. But it actually is really pretty. It kind of looks like candy. So that is the green calcite. Next we have black tourmaline. And I have a little shard of black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is really good for protection. It's a very popular crystal for protection. So people will keep black tourmaline in the corners of their homes in order to add protection to their house. So here is the art for black tourmaline. And again, it kind of has all the same stuff that gold and silver did. Talks about the chakras, etymology, comparable crystals. And then it goes down here into the magical properties. And of course, it starts off with, it's the ultimate protective ward. So there. Do you guys have favorite crystals? I have crystals that I use, but I don't consider myself a crystal witch. I use I more or less end up collecting them because of my boxes, but I don't really go out of my way to buy them, very rarely. So this piece is actually the first piece that I did purchase, and this is labradorite. And I bought this because it looked like a dragon scale. Like, it's rough on one side and then polished on the other. And look at that flash. It's just so pretty. And of course, my goblin brain, after a glass of wine, I was like, ooh, I'm going to buy this. So labradorite is known for enhancing like intuition and psychic energy. So this is really good to have around if you are meditating or working on improving your intuition with like tarot or other forms of divination. And that's kind of what I kept it around for. Now it just kind of sits with all the other crystals. Oh, you got a tourmaline quartz. So, do you actually have a piece of Moldavite, or are you saying you covet a piece of Moldavite? Ari, thank you. So I have a big boy that I want to show you guys. Let me just get this page in here. Yes, doesn't it? It's so awesome. Drunk Brittany had to buy it. So this is a piece of smoky quartz infused with black tourmaline. So there's that like this little chunk and little dots of black tourmaline around. And I love this thing, and it's heavy too. Well, quartz is pretty heavy, but I really like rough crystals. I have a few polished ones and stuff like that. A Moldavite oil roller. Oh my God, that must have been expensive. You know, I don't know. I've never actually like touched Moldavite. I do have regrets because I went to a festival out in Seattle, and there was like, like the cousin to Moldavite. I can't remember the name of it anymore because I'm not a crystal witch, but I regret not buying that. Oh gosh. Apollo is in rare form today, and he has a boogie. Thank you. I know Moldavite is so popular. Lauren knows me IRL, Ari, so she'll understand this, but I tend to not enjoy things that become too popular. And so it makes me not sure how to navigate the Moldavite thing. Because as an aerospace engineer, of course, I want a piece of Moldavite. I want a moon rock. I want rocks from Mars. I want rocks from every planet. Okay, let me wipe the boogie, Apollo. So we are getting now into the Sabbats, which I also don't really participate in, at least not in the witchy sense. I think we all participate in Yule one way or another. But this is Yule, and I just think the artwork on this is adorable. I thought about like framing this, but it's such a weird size. So, it would have to like sit somewhere, and I was like, eh. But, do you guys celebrate the Sabbats? Lauren, I feel like I might have asked you this before. Do you know why you were drawn to it? Like, did it serve a purpose once you got it? Or, I guess, like, why was it popping up for you? What was going on? If you don't mind sharing, if it was nothing crazy. All right. This is Imbolc. And, can't say this is my favorite art-wise, but it's cool. If I need to reference information about Imbolc, I can look at this. Yeah, I recently purchased. Oh, I purchased this really awesome necklace with a lava rock in it. Um, and it's all the way downstairs, so I'm not gonna have you guys wait for me while I get it. But, um, it it was so affordable, and I was just like, oh, it's a lava rock, and it was in one of those like necklace things where you can change the crystal out. So it was like one of those spring balls, and as long as your crystal is like maybe that size ish and down, then it will fit in there. All right, now we're getting into some like mystical creatures. So is Lunasad. I'm positive I screwed that up. Is that in the springtime? Actually, I should just... Here is my big grimoire. Sorry, I'm skipping through some pages because it has some personal stuff in it that I don't want to share. But it does have... Ooh. The wheel of the year here. So okay, let's see. It is in the summer, so it's July through July 31st-ish through August 1st-ish, give or take. I don't know if that changes like year to year, but yeah. So cool. This is my big grimoire. It used to be my Book of Shadows and grimoire, sort of, but I have since separated things out. It makes it easier for my brain. Like if I want to jot things, putting too many things in that book was overwhelming, which is why these did not go in there anymore. Oh, I love Beltane for just... I like to live vicariously through other people during Beltane because people bake the most amazing looking things. So I don't like change up my altar or anything during that time, but like during the different Sabbats. Sorry, I should have like muted the mic for that. Oh, so the Moldavite really helped you like ironically center yourself, I guess. And I say ironically because like a crystal from space is helping you ground and center, you know. It's really cool. You know, I'm usually drawn to crystals because of like goblin brain, not for any like actual use except for I bought some emerald because that is my birth crystal, and let me see if I can find it. I'll show you guys real quick. I know we're coming up on time, but so here is my emerald. I really love this piece of I bought a piece of raw emerald online and just bought like a random piece, and I love that it's shaped almost like an arrowhead. So yeah, I really love this. This was in my money bowl for a little bit. It got rotated out as with all my crystals. And then I didn't buy this, but I've been wanting pyrite for a long time. This will be eventually rotating into my money bowl. I've just been neglecting my bowl, so So it hasn't made its way in there yet. So yeah. And I realize I don't know that I shared this up close with you. This is the gnome. I don't know if you guys are into fantastical creatures, but this has all the information about gnomes on it. And I admit I haven't read too much, but I just think it's so colorful and springy, and it just reminds me of spring, which of course is another season that I love. Yeah, it's what's funny about using Moldavite to ground and reconnect with the earth is that it's not of the earth. So I just think that tickles me so much. Have you been? Oh, I wish you had. I wish I had seen that before I punched holes in this. I would have just like mailed you this card or mailed you this thing. Even though it has holes punched in it, if you want it, let me know. And I'm gonna wait because I think there's a chat delay. So this is the Fae offering. So if you work with the Fae or like to, celebrate the Fae or whatever, that is what this is. I think this is like one of the first pieces of art that I got from the Witch's Moon. And I also love this just because of how colorful and springy it is. Yeah, I can mail you both of these if you want. Like, this one has holes in it now, but if you want it, Ari, I'll message you on Instagram about it. Just let me know. Yeah, so let me take these out so I remember. So the Fae one doesn't have holes in it, but yeah, you can definitely have these too. I don't work with fantastical creatures, even though I really love them. And like I said, I just thought the artwork was really pretty, but I feel like these should go to a home where they will get more use. Yeah, no problem. All right, so that is all of my pages here. So I'm gonna go ahead and tie this up. This book I got off of Amazon for like $10, and it came with all these like craft pages, so that I can use this in so many petitions and stuff, even though it has holes punched in it. Multi-use, but it's a really cool book, and it ended up closing pretty well, and there's plenty of space for more. I don't work with any fantastical creatures, but let me show you another statue that I got that I appreciate some of them, and this is one. Oops. Let me make some room. So I got this guy in a Witch's Moon box. And so I'm the year of the dragon. So I love dragons. I love dragon motifs. I love dragon everything. Let me see if I can get you a sneak peek of some artwork that I'm going to be putting into my big grimoire next week. I couldn't decide whether I wanted to do my sigils next week or do, here it is. All right, so dragon and dragon art. And it's just so cool, and he just looks so like, I love the dragon's face in this artwork. Trying to see if there's anything else dragon in here. I think that was it. I don't know why I thought I got two. Maybe I'm just being greedy. Yeah. Oh, you guys are gonna love, if you guys are here next week, you're gonna love the artwork next week. But here's the sneak peek of next week. This is the dragon. Yes, he does. It looks like when you take a photo of your cat, like mid-yawn. But, yeah, I just think this is so cool. I really enjoyed this. I think this was one of my favorite boxes from the Witch's Moon. Because this guy is just so cool. And he, again, sits on top of the area that I like pack orders and stuff like that. I don't really keep anything on my altar from the Witch's Moon, at least. Not unless I'm working with them. But I don't work with dragons. I just appreciate them. And it's not a particular animal, but I love claws and stuff like this. So anything with a claw, I tend to really enjoy. This is a bell. I'm holding the little bell thing so I don't, let's see. Yeah. This was another Witch's Moon item. And yeah, it's just, I really like creatures. I just don't work with them. So that was my long-winded answer to your question. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, the bell is awesome. I got a lot of other really good things. I'll have to do like a favorites video one day. We'll have to chat about like maybe fantastical creatures, and you guys will have to tell me all about them, or whatever you work with, I should say. So let me know next week. Do you want me to do the bigger the bigger pieces of artwork, or do you want me to go into sigils? So this is the dragon sigil that came with the dragon box. So just showing some sneak peeks. So just let me know what you want to do next. And then, yeah, we will do some more fun witching hour things. And I appreciate you guys being here. And thank you for making my first witching hour really fun and enjoyable. And it was so great to be able to chat with you guys. It's been too long. Alrighty, so with that, I am going to wrap it up. And Ari, I'll make sure to reach out to you after the live. Just send me a DM on Instagram so I don't forget. Alrighty, guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye.